This is Brian, screenfiles.com and review. And what I'm looking at today is 2022's The Menu, directed by Mark Mylod. And this is a fun movie at points. And the thing of it is, it has a lot of aspirations and goals in mind. But let's be clear, The Menu is a serial killer / cult movie. The movie revolves around a group of 12 people who are invited to an exclusive dinner at the restaurant of Chef Slowick, which is on this very remote island. And when they get there, they find that they not only have no escape, but the chef and his subordinates are lunatics, which is to say, they're enacting this particular thing they call the menu. And the menu culminates with the death not only of the people attending, but the staff as well. As I said, this is a movie about a cult. And it kind of surprised me, though I was also wondering what cult is being talked about. Is this cult comprised of people who watch these cooking shows, be they with Gordon Ramsay or whomever else, which deals upon such pretentiousness and seems to forget that food is for eating? The movie sends up all these type of things, which is interesting. Though the movie goes off on tangents, which are kind of hard to understand. For instance, Chef Slowick seems to have something against people who achieve their wealth by, shall we say, illegal means, which is fine, but why? He's playing like a crusader at points, and that's really strange. Another thing is that the movie makes a point of telling us that the happiest time of the chef's life was when he was working at a fast food joint and just making hamburgers, as opposed to this uber pretentious shit that he now has to deal with. That is interesting, but at the same time, the movie neglects to make clear why other people I should say, have to be punished for his choices. His life, as it stands, seems fairly miserable, which is to say, he has all kinds of stuff, but he doesn't enjoy the getting of it. It doesn't exist for any reason than to have stuff. There's no enjoyment, and that has sapped his love of cooking. It has killed him, in a sense. Chef Slowick, played by Ralph Fiennes, is great, and he has some really funny lines every now and again. Kind of darkly funny. Nothing he says is directly humorous. But at the same time, it's humorous in the nihilisticness of it. In any case, one of the people attending this dinner is Margot, played by Anya Taylor-Joy. And her being there upsets Chef Slowick's plans, because his intention, as I mentioned earlier, was not only to kill everyone who attended his dinner, but to kill particular people. In other words, while he is essentially a serial killer, he's not a random serial killer. Everything he does has a logic to his own mind. So therefore, Margot being there upsets his plan, because he doesn't know her, and in no way, shape, or form has she done anything to him. So he doesn't quite know how to deal with her. The movie tries to work along a class perspective, which is to say, us versus them. Us being the people who do the work, the people who dig the ditches, versus them, who are the rich and entitled. This doesn't entirely work, because, as I mentioned, Chef Slowick is among the rich and entitled. He's not happy there, to be sure, and he hates everyone that in any way contributed to him getting there. But he is still not among the people who have to dig the ditches, so to speak. So the whole class consciousness thing of it is interesting to see tackled, but I don't think it's tackled particularly well for that reason. When the menu tries to evoke feelings of class consciousness and solidarity, it doesn't quite work because, as I said, not only is Chef Slowick of the class that he's supposedly so against, he is killing these people who are so enthralled with him as an individual and something to be admired are going to be killed by him. And they willingly accept that. But its mix of politics and carnage doesn't quite ring true. Though it is an enjoyable movie, it's darkly humorous at points, and as I mentioned earlier, it is essentially a serial killer movie. But it's done in a way you don't typically see, and that makes it most interesting. So what do you think? This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Review. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down below. And as usual, consider a like or a follow. Peace.